Hi guys, Ian from footballboots.co.uk here, and today we're putting the Hypervenom Phantom IIs into the wash. A lot of you have been asking for it, it's happening today, and I'm pretty much going to get straight into it. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. First thing to say is I'm going to take off all the studs. You don't want to be putting metal studs into your washing machine, so the first thing we need to do is pop them off. In our Superfly video, if you've seen it before, we did it with the firm ground version and you can just throw those straight in, but today I'm going to pop off the studs on these. So it's important that you can get as much mud off the sole as possible, just because it means you can get less mud into your wash. So I have taken these outside and knocked off as much of the mud as I could. That's why the sole is relatively clean, even though these have been used on a muddy pitch. We're not going to leave you around to watch me take the studs off the other one, so tune back in a second and that'll have been off already. Alright, let me count them up. I don't want to make sure you got all your studs when you come back to put these back in to your boots later on. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Just going to put those into the bag for later. Alright, so the other thing you could consider is you could take out the laces if you wanted to. They're not like terrible on these, so I'm actually going to leave them in and we'll just see how it goes. But if they were particularly muddy, then you probably want to take them out, clean them separately, or even just take them out and throw them in the wash. If they don't get clean the first time, just throw them in with a regular wash. It's a good way of washing your laces, is just throw them in with a regular wash, that'll clean them up. Other thing to think about now is the dynamic fit collar. It's a little muddy, it's a little stinky. It's one of the good things about putting these in the wash. One of the reasons we do it is to just take that smell out of your boots. And one of the things you can do is you could add like a little bit of the detergent onto the collar itself just to help that bring it up, clean it up. Other thing, you can add like a vanish type spray or use a stick. And there's one of the things that will just help get the stain out of the collar. So you could consider doing that too. Okay, so this is the detergent. I'm only going to put a very little amount into the wash. Doesn't matter, whatever your regular detergent is what you're going to use. But this is what I'm talking about with adding some to the collar. I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand now. If it can come out. Whoa, there it is. Okay, so it's only a little bit, it's not a huge amount. But just these points where I know that it's like really bad, then I can add some detergent directly onto the collar, and that's just going to help bring that bit out really well. You don't want a lot of detergent in with your boots at all, but the collar itself is a good place to do it. The other thing I was talking about is you can use like a vanish type product, and you can spray that directly onto the collar and then rub that in, and that'll also help bring out any of those stubborn stains or anything that you've got going on. And there are the stain sticks that you can use, and you just rub those into the collar itself as well. So the only place on the boot that you would be using these products is on the collar. Don't go start putting it on any of the other parts of the boot, just on the collar, and that's for any of those stubborn stains, get those out. Alright, so let's not mess around, let's get ready to throw these in the wash. What I do is I take a pillowcase, find the opening, and I drop the boots in there. Just going to make sure these dynamic fit collars are fully extended. One goes in, the next one goes in. Good little tip that somebody threw out last time when we did our other video was, why not throw a knot in the pillowcase? That'll just stop the boots coming out in the wash. We like that for an idea. Keep your comments and suggestions coming on the videos if you've got any other tips for us. Alright, so little knot in there. That'll just keep them in there, keep them happy. Now the other thing you want to keep happy is your washing machine. So good thing to do here is just wrap the boots in a towel. Stops them getting thrown around too much. Also means that you've got enough stuff in the wash for it to function. Today we're using a front loading wash. You can put this into a top loader as well if you want to. Okay, so the package is ready to be put into the wash. It's just going to go in like this, nothing else fancy happening. In it goes. Alright, close it up. turn it on. I'm going to go for a quick wash, and I'm just going to do it on the cold setting. Okay, so we're not applying too much heat to the wash. If they were really bad, really stinky, you might consider going up to like a 30, which is 30 degrees centigrade, which is not a hot wash in itself. Spin wise, not too much of a spin, because we don't want them to go crazy, but you want to have a bit of a spin, so this is kind of a mid-range spin I've gone for. And then the next thing I do is hit go, but first off I want to put just that little bit of detergent into the machine, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll get ready to go. Alright, hold on 1 second, we're going to change the camera angle and then you better watch the whole thing through. Alright, let's hit go. Good luck, Hypervenoms. Alright, let's grab them out and have a look. Bit of mud at the bottom here, so I'll just clean that out. Alright. One towel out the way. One pair of boots. Still in the suitcase. Suitcase? Pillowcase. Alright. Looking pretty good. Smelling pretty good. You can just see a few flecks of mud on the upper there, but really they've cleaned up really nicely. Good thing is once these dry, then you better just wipe most of that off. The most important thing is that upper dynamic fit collar's looking good. Decent job there for us. Alright, now things to think about. Now these are out, you've got to let them dry out. Don't go putting the studs back in, alright? Until they are dry. You don't want any water trapped in there. Give them some time to naturally dry out. One of the things we didn't do is today we didn't take out the sock liner. It's a good thing, it means they got to wash whilst they're in there, but you can wash them separately. Sometimes one of the things that's causing a lot of smell with your boots is the sock liner, so take it out separately, give it a clean separately. They don't have to stay in there, okay? Put some newspaper and stuff in here to help these dry out. In a lot of our videos we already talk about how to make sure you're looking after your boots. Check out the laces on there, that worked out pretty well, so we left those in, and that worked out pretty well for us this time. Alright, let's just have a look at the other one. Again, a few little flecks of mud on them, but nothing to write home about. It's just going to kind of wipe off almost. Real easy. Pretty shiny pair of boots, looking real nice out of the wash, okay? Right, that's pretty much it for us watching the Hypervenom Phantom II. Any questions, drop them in the comments below, please. Thanks for watching. Once these are dried out, I'll go outside and enjoy my football.